Jesus, I think, certainly is called the first and the last, same thing. The Alpha and Omega is the same thing exactly as the first and the last. In the first chapter, we find Jesus saying he's the first and the last who died. This is an idiom, perfectly reasonable. Consult the good commentary by Henry Alford. In Jewish parlance, you can say that you are the beginning and the end of something. It means that you're the ultimate in the category under consideration. He's the author and finisher of our salvation, for example. The A to Z, we have a map in London called the A to Z. It covers all the streets in London, the A to Z. He's the beginning, the ultimate in the category under discussion. Well, in chapter 1, he's the ultimate, the A to the Z, the first to the last, who died. You see, people in the Bible knew that God couldn't die. So to say that Jesus is God is really pushing things beyond any kind of limit of common sense. He's the one who died. He's the ultimate human being. That's perfectly true. There's nobody like Jesus. The ultimate human being, the beginning and the end, the beginning, the sum total of everything you can imagine for a human being, sinless, virginally begotten. But he's not God, of course, because God cannot die, as we've said humorously. Cars cannot fly, or pigs cannot fly, should we say. God cannot die. I'll tell you why, because God is said to be immortal. You see, these really are unnecessary questions. They're good questions, and they're asked, and rightly so, because people need to try to work their way through these things. But that is not going to prove that Jesus is God, because if it did, that would be one or two verses to contradict thousands upon thousands upon thousands of singular personal pronouns. There are 14 singular personal pronouns in English, in Hebrew, and in Greek. And thousands upon thousands of times, God is the I, the me, the thee, the thou, the him, the himself. One single individual. That takes us to the Shema, the Hear, O Israel, which Jesus said is the great commandment. And we should pay attention to that before we start talking about anything else, really, to ground ourselves in the fact that God is a single person and that Jesus is the man Messiah of 1 Timothy 2:5.